accuses Cambodia at the UN of lies, provocations, and ceasefire violations. Thailand has accused Cambodia of spreading falsehoods, provoking conflict, and repeatedly violating the ceasefire agreement during a speech at the United Nations General Assembly. Foreign Minister Sihasak Phuangketkeow rejected Cambodia's claims, asserting that Bangkok seeks peace but will firmly defend its sovereignty. Speaking on September 27, 2025, at the 80th Union General Assembly in New York, Sihasak said Cambodia continues to lie, act provocatively, and breach the ceasefire. He dismissed remarks by Cambodian Deputy Prime Minister Sokhon Prak, who alleged that Cambodian civilians had been expelled from land they had lived on for decades and that an unprovoked attack occurred near a sensitive site. These statements referred to Thailand's effort to reclaim parts of Ban Nong Chan village in Sa Kaeo province, where Cambodian refugees settled after fleeing civil war in the 1970s. To my great dismay, Cambodia keeps presenting itself as the victim, Sihasak said. Time and again, it offers a version of events that does not withstand scrutiny. The true victims are the Thai soldiers who lost their legs to landmines, the children whose schools were shelled, and the innocent civilians shopping in a grocery store attacked by Cambodian rockets. He noted that just a day earlier, his Cambodian counterpart had spoken of peace and mutual trust, yet the following day delivered allegations so far-fetched they mocked the truth. Sihasak explained he had planned a positive speech but was forced to rewrite it in response. Addressing accusations of forced expulsions, he stressed, "The villages my Cambodian colleague mentioned are on Thai territory, period. They exist because Thailand made the humanitarian decision in the late 1970s to open its borders to hundreds of thousands of Cambodians fleeing civil war. I witnessed this myself as a young diplomat. Although the refugee shelters closed after the conflict, these settlements grew despite Thailand's repeated protests." Sihasak also highlighted Thailand's role in Cambodia's reconstruction after the 1991 Paris peace agreements, helping to build homes, roads, and hospitals because peace in Cambodia is in Thailand's interest. He further accused Cambodia of sending civilians across the border, firing weapons, and flying surveillance drones into Thai territory, actions that violate Thailand's sovereignty and the ceasefire agreement. Thailand will always defend peace, he concluded, but we will remain firm in protecting our sovereignty and territorial integrity. We choose the path of peace, but we truly wonder whether Cambodia intends to join us. The Royal Thai Army has accused Cambodia of deliberately provoking an armed clash in the disputed Chong Bok border area of Ubon Ratchathani's Nam Yuan district, claiming the entire sequence of events was premeditated to portray Thailand as breaching the ceasefire. Army spokesman Major General Wintai Suvari said on Sunday that Cambodian troops fired a range of weapons into Thai territory on Saturday before quickly announcing the arrival of an ASEAN Interim Observer Team, IOT, and issuing public statements blaming Thailand. He argued that the timing showed signs of a staged operation meant to mislead both regional monitors and the international community. According to the Army's timeline, gunfire began at 11:55 a.m. when Cambodian soldiers on Hill 677 opened fire with mortars and machine guns. Minutes later, more mortar rounds were fired toward Hill 600, followed by grenade launcher and rifle fire until 12:07 p.m. Thai forces returned fire only after coming under direct attack. At 12:10 p.m., Cambodian soldiers directed heavy machine gun bursts at Hill 527, prompting a measured Thai response. Sporadic rifle fire continued until 12:16 p.m. Between 12:23 and 12:35 p.m., Cambodian troops fired 3 unidentified weapons and at least 11 mortar rounds from the Chong Ma area. By 1 p.m., Cambodian authorities notified their Thai counterparts that an IOT delegation would visit the area later that afternoon. Just 15 minutes later, Cambodia's Defense Ministry spokeswoman publicly accused Thailand of attacking a Cambodian base, a narrative quickly amplified by Cambodian Senate President Hun Sen on social media. The situation calmed by 1:30 p.m., though both sides maintained reinforced positions. This was not a natural border skirmish but a planned provocation designed to produce footage and reports accusing Thailand of breaking the truce, Wintai said. He also alleged more serious violations by Cambodia, including the covert laying of anti-personnel mines along the frontier, acts that breach humanitarian law and international conventions. He urged the observer team, currently led by Malaysia, to focus on these grave violations rather than selective briefings orchestrated by Phnom Penh. Monsoon floods kill 7, affect over 260,000 in Thailand. The death toll from monsoon-driven floods in Thailand has risen to 7, with more than 260,000 people affected across provinces along the Chao Phraya River. The Department of Disaster Prevention and Mitigation announced on September 27, 2025, that the flooding has impacted tens of thousands this week. Initially reporting 4 deaths earlier in the week, the agency revised the figure upward to 7. New Prime Minister Anyutin Charnvirakul visited Ayutthaya province, the hardest hit, on Saturday in one of his first trips since taking office. He instructed authorities to distribute survival kits, stack sandbags, and monitor areas at risk of landslides. "We have a full team to ease the hardships of the people and will respond to your needs," he assured residents. The meteorological department warned that Typhoon Boaloy, although not expected to make landfall in Thailand, will bring more heavy rains in the coming days. Thailand experiences heavy rainfall from June through September, but experts say human-driven climate change is intensifying extreme weather and making conditions more unpredictable. Just last month in the north, 5 people were killed and 15 injured by landslides and floods triggered by Typhoon Kajiki. In 2011, nationwide flooding claimed more than 500 lives and damaged millions of homes. Thailand seeks to revive Chinese tourism amid sharp decline. Thailand is scrambling for solutions as the number of Chinese tourists has dropped sharply this year. According to the Tourism Authority of Thailand, TAT, arrivals from China fell about 35% compared with the same period last year, with only 3.3 million visitors recorded between January 1 and September 22. Several factors are driving the decline: security concerns, growth in domestic tourism within China, increased competition from regional destinations like Japan, Vietnam, and Malaysia, the global economic slowdown, and fewer organized group tours from China. After hitting a low earlier this year, daily arrivals have started to stabilize. During China's Golden Week holiday from October 1 to 8, daily arrivals are expected to average about 13,000, up from 8,000 to 9,500 previously. TAT predicts that between September 26 and October 8, about 180,000 to 200,000 Chinese tourists will visit Thailand, a 24% decrease from the 262,000 recorded during the same period in 2024. Spending is also down. Chinese visitors are expected to generate 9 billion baht during Golden Week, a 17% drop from last year's 10.9 billion. On average, Chinese tourists spend about 6,600 baht, roughly 175 euros, per person per day and stay 6 to 8 nights. Experts say security is key. Exornsri Fanishsarn, an economics professor at Thammasat University, noted that high-profile scams and the kidnapping of a Chinese actor earlier this year have deterred travelers. She called for visible security measures and suggested positioning Thailand as a premium destination, competitive in price but focused on quality and safety, similar to Japan, which remains attractive despite stricter visas and a higher cost of living. Shurawat Akaraworamat, an advisor to the Parliamentary Tourism Committee, argued that the issue goes beyond security and urged stronger diplomatic ties with Beijing. He recommended avoiding controversial topics like casinos or cannabis and focusing promotions on the 5F strengths: fashion, food, fighting, martial arts, festivals, and film. In Pattaya, former Tourism Association President Buchanan Patanasan observed a shift toward independent travelers, FITs, who spend more even as group travel declines. The city is adding new attractions, theme hotels, water parks, immersive art museums, and Chinese-style entertainment, and calls for improved transport and major international festivals such as the electronic music event Tomorrowland to draw global crowds. Prime Minister Anyutin Charnvirakul underscored long-standing ties between the two nations at a reception hosted by the Chinese Embassy on September 23, 2025, marking the 76th anniversary of the People's Republic of China. He invited Chinese companies to invest and urged more Chinese tourists to visit, Noting the 50th anniversary of diplomatic relations, celebrated as the Golden Jubilee of Sino-Thai friendship. Analysts agree that if Thailand can address safety concerns, deepen diplomatic engagement with Beijing, and diversify beyond group travel, it stands a good chance of regaining some of its lost appeal. Without a clear, consistent strategy, however, the kingdom risks permanently losing its top tourist market to aggressive competitors like Japan and Vietnam.